I want to ask you something honest. When did you last think about investing? Not read about it, not plan to read about it, actually do something about it. If the answer is not yet, or I keep meaning to, or it just feels too complicated, then this video is for you, and this channel is for you. My name is Aiden, and I need to tell you something nobody in finance ever says out loud. The confusion you feel right now is not your fault. It was never your fault. I have spoken to hundreds of people about money over the years. People who earn well, people who save consistently, people who are clearly intelligent. And almost every single one of them says the same thing. I know I should be investing. I just do not know where to start. Not because they are lazy, not because they do not care, because the world of finance was never built to welcome them in. Think about what happens when you try to learn investing today. You open an article. First paragraph. Expense ratio, asset allocation, risk-adjusted return, standard deviation. You keep reading. It gets harder, not easier. You close the tab. Tell yourself, next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And your money keeps sitting still, growing nothing, doing nothing. While time, the one thing you can never get back, keeps moving forward without you. Here is the truth I wish someone had told me earlier. Finance was not designed to be simple. Banks earn when your money sits idle. Brokers earn when you trade constantly. Advisors earn when you stay dependent. Nobody in that system benefits from you figuring it out clearly. So the system stays complicated, on purpose, by design. And ordinary people pay the price. Not in fees, in time, in years, in wealth never built. In opportunities silently gone. Behavioral researchers call this financial avoidance. When a subject feels too complex, the brain classifies it as a threat, and the brain avoids threats automatically. This is not weakness. This is protection. The problem is, when the brain avoids investing, the cost is invisible at first. It only shows up decades later, in the gap between where your wealth is and where it could have been. That gap has a number, a real number. And once you see it, waiting will never feel comfortable again. I am not a financial advisor. I want to be clear about that. I do not manage anyone's money. I do not sell courses. I do not run a brokerage. I am not here to tell you which stock to buy tomorrow. What I am is someone who went through exactly what you are going through. The confusion, the delay, the feeling that everyone else understands something you were never taught. And I came out the other side with one clear belief. Wealth building is not complicated. It was made to feel complicated. Those are two very different things. The National Council for Financial Education studied adults across multiple countries. They found most adults could not answer basic questions about compound interest. Most had never heard of an index fund. Most could not calculate the real return on their own savings. These were not careless people. These were doctors, engineers, teachers, business owners, people who were never taught this. Because school gave us calculus. School gave us literature. School gave us world history. School never gave us compound interest, never explained what an index fund does, never showed us how money grows. So if you feel behind, you were never behind. You were just never shown the door. Now look at what the internet offers when you try to find that door yourself. 3 stocks to buy before they explode. Market crash incoming. Protect yourself now. How I turned 5,000 into 200,000 in 6 months. Every headline is designed to trigger one of two things: fear or greed, not education, not clarity, clicks only. The Dalbar Quantitative Analysis of Investor Behavior Study tracked real investors for 30 years. It found the average investor earned far less than the market, not because of bad stock picks, because of emotional decisions, panic selling in a downturn, chasing a trend 6 months too late, switching strategies every few months. Bad advice creates bad emotion. Bad emotion creates bad decisions. Bad decisions erase real wealth. I built this channel because I refused to accept that this is how it has to be. There is a different way. It is not glamorous. It does not go viral easily, but it works. Warren Buffett grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. He bought his first stock at age 11, 3 shares of Citi's service. He held through wars, through recessions, through crashes, through decades of headlines saying sell. He never sold. His philosophy has not changed in 80 years. Buy good businesses, hold them long, let compounding do the work. He once said the market transfers wealth from the impatient to the patient. That is the entire lesson. Not complicated, not technical. Patient, consistent, long. Let me show you the math behind why that matters so much. $100 invested every month, starting at age 25. 8% average annual return based on historical S&P 500 data. By age 65, roughly $350,000. Same $100 every month. Same 8% return. But starting at 35 instead. By 65, roughly $150,000. 10 years of waiting. $200,000 gone. Not lost in a crash, not lost in a bad trade, lost in waiting. Most people who delay investing are not making a financial decision. They are making a confidence decision. They are waiting to feel ready. They are waiting to understand enough. This channel exists to close that gap. Most channels make investing feel like a test you need to pass first. I want you to pass nothing. I want you to start. Here is the philosophy behind every video on this channel. One concept at a time, in plain language, with real numbers. No jargon without explanation. No prediction without honesty. No product to sell you. No course behind a paywall. No fear used to keep you watching. The only thing I am selling is clarity. And clarity is free here. Same income as wealthy investors. Same number of working years. Same country. Same opportunities available. The only difference was one habit: investing consistently, without waiting for the right time, without reacting to every headline, without switching strategies every year. That habit was the entire difference. This channel will show you how to build that habit, step by step, video by video. Here is what is coming next on this channel: what an index fund is and why long-term investors use them. How compound interest actually works, with numbers you can picture clearly. Why your savings account is quietly making you poorer. What the 50-30-20 rule is, and whether it works for real incomes. How to start investing right now with whatever you currently earn. No minimum balance required. No prior experience required. One concept at a time, every single week. If money has always felt confusing, you are in the right place. If you have been delaying investing because it felt too complicated, you are in the right place. If school never covered this, if your family never explained this, if you are figuring this out alone, you are in the right place. This is not a room for experts. This is not a room for the wealthy. This is a room for people who decided to begin. That decision, right now, is worth more than you think. I do not know exactly when you found this channel, but I know this. The best time to start was a few years ago. The second best time is today.